Taking us out of our clothes, but scenery makes it all worthwhile.
Drains, drains.
Ferroequinology.
For the boss, on land, sea, and in the air, when you own drain. Drain.
Ferroequinology.
It's easy, it's fun. It's easy, it's fun. Drain. Temple, 21.
Ferroequinology.
Rails and tails is what we've got, unlike Artesia, who can't hold a train of thought.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. I have restarted anything. Of course, we trust Soy Teresa when she says that there's a problem. She's always accurate. Has she ever been wrong about a problem existing, Pepito, in your knowledge?
She is always correct.
Jeez. You've gotten fancy. Where did you get your echo microphone?
Goodwill.
That was unintelligible.
Goodwill.
Oh, Goodwill. We're back on. I wonder, can anybody let us know if this is good or not? I hate when this happens because I feel like I don't want to actually get into the show and start doing things because what if it is a huge mess and nobody can tolerate how awful it is? Okay, Baxter says mucho better. So, wonderful, Pepito. And now the eternal question finally lands on your broad and heavy shoulders. Pepito, how are you? All right. Excellent. And hey, Dark Farts agrees that it does sound good. Are you excited to discuss trains tonight and their history here in our wonderful town?
Yes.
Ferroequinology. Ferroequinology.
What is that? Feral equinology?
It's the study of trains.
Oh, I've never
It
heard of
means
that.
Still horse.
What?
It means still horse.
Huh. Steel horse. Okay. Yeah, pharaoh. The I know that word. I'm not going to tell you the really nerdy and embarrassing reason I know that, but and
Oh, I know.
equinology, of course, equestrian trains. Do you have any train stories, remembrances, times that a train has touched your life in any way? Anything.
Well, my dad, he worked for the BNSF Railroad.
Okay, okay.
Also,
What was he? Was he the caboose?
just an engineer. I don't know. He jumped on and off
I
the
know,
train.
it was a joke. I don't think your dad was actually a caboose car.
They got
I just
rid
thought
of the
that'd be a
caboose
funny thing
guys.
to say.
They got replaced by a sensor box, the caboose men.
AI, man, I'm telling you.
No, that was way
It's
before. That was
messed
like
up.
that was a long time ago. The Christmas train in Carlsbad that used to come, and you could sit in the back and watch
I don't
track
know the
from the
Christmas
glass.
train.
Oh man, well,
That's
my
awesome.
dad was a part of it, so we'd have to go. Hey, look, it's that guy.
You got to go. You didn't have to go. You got to go. And yeah, I don't know. Where did
Wow.
the Christmas train run?
They just went in a circle. I don't remember actually. I don't think it stopped.
A circle?
Or,
I mean, was it a circle in the Hastings parking lot? Was it over by Walmart? Was it inside Lucy's? I don't know. I have no clue where this thing could have been.
huh? That's wild, Conda. You do not have a clue, I guess.
No.
Hey, remember the President's Park also had a train?
Yeah, I
Or-
do remember that. But where you don't
was
remember
more
where this
track-
Christmas train would be located?
On the train track, like going from the railroad.
Okay, so it was actual
When I saw the-
train on the
yeah.
actual train tracks. Okay,
I was
cool.
talking
See, I don't know. I have no idea of these stories that you bring, and so I ask for clarification. You know.
It was in Carlsbad.
Well, yeah, duh, but I've seen like trains inside malls before. And when you said a Christmas train, that was the first thing I was thinking. I was like, "Oh, some like dinky little
Oh
thing
yeah,
for children."
the mall. Those guys would come set up their model train set too every year.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
See, I don't know. I could easily be a model train guy. The more and more I think about it, it doesn't seem like a bad existence. What does Dark Farts say here? My uncle was a train mechanic and took us on
What?
fall foliage train rides. Now that sounds awesome. And for that I will give one train toot. That one's for Dark Farts. Beautiful. So I don't know. I'm trying to think if I have any train memories, but it's hard to pick one out because trains are so ubiquitous. They're such a foundational part of the world that we inhabit. Actually, I do have a train memory with you, Pepito. I remember driving from Carlsbad to Albuquerque, and we were jamming music the whole way, and I remember we got to, gosh, what's that windy city right before you hit Klein's Corners? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Did it have
They
a
have
diner?
Yeah, but
Like a
the
shiny
gas
brown
station
diner?
was like, I don't know. But I just remember when we approached that town, that At the Drive-In song came on, and right when Cedric sang, "Freight train coming, freight train coming," that's like when a train just pulled up in the right along beside us in the distance. It was like perfectly timed, and I was like, "This is magical." Oh, here we go. Brother Bink says Vaughn, and Baxter also says Vaughn. That's it. Oh, and look, Soy Teresa says, "Come on, man, Vaughn." So, yes, it was Victor's town. That's where it was. It was right outside there when the magical synchronicity of trains came through. Yes. And I think that's my best train story. But maybe just
Jim Ward on the keyboard.
absolutely. He was even like this. Or I guess
Drops
maybe
of Pluto in my mind.
I guess maybe Jim Ward was a bit better than that. But I think we have covered the history, our personal history with trains. Cobra, do you have any train stories before we start things? No, he is just deflated and as lazy as ever. So,
Me too, girl. Me too.
hell yeah. Soy Teresa, what do you think we should do?
Start the. If I was in the chat, I would be saying, "Start the show."
I know you
So,
would.
Start
Absolutely.
the show.
Okay. Alright, boots off, everybody. Oh, jeez, I got big time in these things. Alright. And, of course, tonight's shoes are the burning to reveal a paisley print underneath shoes. Kind of lucky shoes. Do you have any lucky shoes?
Yeah, the ones I didn't step on the nail with while wearing.
See, there you go. Dude, I stepped on a tack the other week. It fell off my wall and I stepped right on it and it went all the way in my foot. You know, like the metal. It was one of those with the metal end and it was just all the way on my thing. It was otherworldly. Cobra's making weird snoring noises. Yeah, I say I agree with Soy Trees. We should start the show. So, mystery producer, what do you got for us? Can you enlighten us about the world of rails and give us some tales?
Abe Lincoln chugs along Pecos.
What? Why? That seems kind of a bit forward of a thing to say, but hey, man, Abe, you do whatever you want. I am not familiar with your chugging ways along the Pecos.
Mix one narrow gauge railroad, a paddle wheel double deck steamboat, a rum runner speedboat, an extremely rare old carousel, and a bunch of antique railroad cars.
Okay, I guess I will. I saw you motioning as though you were, I don't know, what, straightening out a beard? Is that
bearding?
what that motion was?
Yes, I see the men do that a lot.
Okay, why did you do that? Is that because there was mention of Abe Lincoln?
I guess so.
So your pantomime, your charade of Abe Lincoln was to have an exaggerated beard pointing? Is that, am I following?
Yes, the depths of my humor know no bounds.
Okay, excellent. I do, on one instinct, I want to say, oh, that's such a weird way to pantomime Abe Lincoln, but because I don't think of him as having a significant beard is all. Maybe I think of him as having an unusual beard, but not one that you could make into a fine point or something. But that's just me. I don't know how I would pantomime Abe Lincoln. Like maybe a hat and then I go like that, just way high up. I don't know. I'm not sure how I would do it, so I can't really criticize.
Be as elongated as you can.
But mystery producer, what are you talking about mixing all this stuff together?
Mix well with thousands of people and beautiful lakeshore scenery, and you have President's Park.
Oh, geez. See, that's what you were just talking about. President's Park. I wish that had been really, going off and bustling in my youth. Or even today. I wish it would come back. I only went to President's Park when they would have the carnival and things like that going on,
Class act.
Yeah. See, do you want to tell the class act story?
Oh, sure.
So for
Edgar shut
those
that down.
for those uninitiated, class act was the thing that we would do here in Carlsbad on the night of graduation, an all-night event to entice the teens to come, party and not be out partying on their own. Okay, I set the scene. Please share your
Oh, then they let
story.
bands play.
Yeah.
And there's some reason when our band went up, they didn't want to let
your
bands
band
play no
Edgar?
more. But
What?
they didn't want to let bands play no more.
Okay, but your band Edgar got invited to participate?
Sure. I'm sure like Matt just like talked his way in there.
Yeah, for sure. He's the smooth talker. A really quick interruption. Brother Bink says he and Baxter's band played the 2003 class act without it. Jeez. Golly,
Damn.
can you imagine?
I wish I saw that. I saw the AM.
So, anyway, so what happened when Edgar played class act?
Met me at the parlor. Oh, we started playing, and then the cops started copying
Yeah.
and pulled us all away.
Cinderoni says hi, so
Hi,
hi to
Cinderoni!
Cinderoni. But yeah, the cops were trying to prevent you from class acting.
Yeah. And then they pulled us all off the drum. And then Craig took over the drums, and then CJ started taking photographs.
Right.
And someone,
Wasn't
it was sick. It was pretty cool.
I remember hearing that like Craig Bradley had one hand handcuffed at one point, but he was still playing drums
While still
with his
drumming,
other hand.
yeah.
Golly. See, I'm doing a quick mental edit, and I almost said somebody's name, but I don't want to disparage her. But Baxter says, "Did you guys play the 2004 class act?" That is what we are discussing, is when Edgar played the class act. But I was going to say I didn't go that year because I wanted to hang out with the woman I was dating, and I really regret it. I wish I would have not hung out with her that night and instead gone to class act and watched Pepito be so unruly that the cops had to shut him down. I would have been right there with CJ taking photos or whatever.
Hello.
Cinderoni says CPD is so stupid, I swear. Pepito, what a story. And you flashed your scissors holder. That's what that was. Your scissors holder. I think that's the second time your scissors holder has appeared on Caveman News. Real heads will know it also made an appearance in the fashion neurosis segment when you got interviewed on there. Beautiful. Let's continue.
2 attractions, the Paddle Wheeler and the 80-passenger narrow gauge railway, were opened to the public on May 20th, 1972, when Governor Bruce King drove a golden spike into the train's roadbed.
Wow. A golden spike. The governor came and put a golden spike into the rail. I bet it's not there anymore. Because if it was, I would have found it by now. Somebody would have said, "Hey, there's a golden spike down here by President's Park." You think I wouldn't have gone and grabbed that immediately? Jeez. I wonder what happens to golden spikes. Because if the governor is coming down to put a golden spike in the railroad, that has to be something that's done over and over again. And I wonder what they do with the golden spike when it's done. Much in the same way the big scissors at opening ceremonies. I always think about the big scissors, and I think I need to invest in my own pair of big scissors and rent them out, you know? Because what, a company buys them and then they open their store, and then what? Then what are you gonna do? I don't know. Darkfart says, so it was an event to keep kids out of trouble, and they still got in trouble. Absolutely. Pepito was an unruly teen. Oh my gosh.
A 20-minute round trip on the train, named the Abe Lincoln, takes passengers on a trip along the banks of the Pecos River, thence northwest to the area where the antique trains are displayed.
Okay, hang on. antique trains are displayed down there, and also current Argus journalist, you don't have to impress us. You don't have to use words like thence. I mean, come on. When's the last time you heard the word thence?
I don't. And then the antique trains in the 70s. They must have
Yeah,
been
so
really old.
they're antiques in the 70s. They've got to be really old. Brother Bink says, I rode the Abe Lincoln
Oh wow.
for Christmas on the Pecos one time. It was magical. That's beautiful. I never knew that it was called the Abe Lincoln, that train. I mean, I knew the George Washington, of course. Who doesn't know the George Washington? I've ridden the George Washington multiple times for the Christmas on the Pecos, seeing all the lights and everything. But it's new to me that the train was named Abe Lincoln. So it was kind of like they had the two things named after presidents. That's pretty cool.
It is the world's largest scale model railroad and follows a 2-mile track.
That's the one.
That rules. Carlsbad achieves in building the smallest version, or the biggest version of a small thing. I wonder if we've ever built a small thing.
Jacob, move on is going
Something
boots
to
off.
think about.
Whoa.
Wait, what happened?
He said, Jacob, something's going boots off.
Oh, nice. Somebody, I think that means somebody subscribed. It doesn't
salute
say it in the
you.
chat, but
We salute you.
I can't remember what the boots off thing means, but thank you to whoever triggered that.
Jacob.
But yeah, I had no idea that the train was the largest model train. That's pretty sick. Carlsbad stays being being a foundational record-setting
Pushing the boundaries.
majestic desert oasis.
Pushing the boundaries.
And Brother Bink says, Jake is my roommate. He just logged in.
Go, Jake.
Big Cinderoni says, Jakey!
Jake the Snake.
And Jacob Movan says, what's the news? What's this news? Well, this news is right now about the train at President's Park here in lovely Carlsbad. Tell me more, mystery producer.
The narrow-gauge mogul steam engine was designed and built expressly for President's Park by Mr. and Mrs. Winton Brown of Danville, Caliph.
Damn. Well, thank you to the, what is it, Browns? And mystery producer, I hate to correct you, but I think Caliph is just a shortened abbreviation of California. But no offense. I love that this couple made that. It's beautiful.
The rail line is called the Carlsbad and Western Railway.
Nice. I like that. That's a good railway name. Can you think of a better one?
Oh, sure. The Eddy County Masterpiece.
Jeez. See, I thought I was putting you on the spot and really throwing a wrench in your works, but nah, you had something. You came through. And Jacob says Roberts. Wait. Jake Roberts? The master of the DDT? Okay, let's move on.
The paddle wheeler, called the George Washington,
I know.
is the flagship of the Carlsbad Navy, USA.
Nice. The Carlsbad Navy, USA? Didn't they... I guess the other members of the Carlsbad Navy would be the I want to say paddle boats.
Oh.
But are they called pedal boats? Because don't you pedal to move them?
Yeah, but you're right.
So are they pedal boats or is it paddle boats?
They've always been pronounced paddle, but are
Yeah.
pedal. Remember they had bumper boats?
Brother Bink says it's paddle.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Weird.
This is strange.
Also,
This is a
we also had
an
bumper
unusual
boats.
world.
Remember the bumper boat
Oh yeah.
and the water slides?
Wait, okay. Jake says it's pedal boats. Oh my god.
I'm confused.
We're gonna have to bring on. Remember that? Gosh, I remember. It was episode 11, or wait, maybe it was episode 10 when we finally reached double digits. We did 9 episodes, and then for our 10th episode, it was our double digits episode, and we did an episode all about doubles, and we did those twins, and they were talking about
The Bush twin.
Berenstein Bears effect. What's it called?
Don't make ass of us by assuming.
But what's the? It's not the Berenstein Bears effect.
The Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
That's it. We're gonna have to consult with those weird twins again. And twins, if you're out there, no offense, but you're weird. And there's a real paddle / pedal boat Mandela effect going on. Let's continue.
It is powered by a 1858 vintage coal-fired steam engine, one of but 3 in existence. The other 2 are owned by Ford Motor Company.
Wow. I never knew that it was such an ancient and old engine. To think, I was just sitting there enjoying my life on the George Washington, and I had no idea what a monumental
One of
thing
3.
it was.
One of 3.
What?
One of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
I see it at the
Golly.
Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah, could be. All right, mystery producer, you got more train stuff for us?
December 2000. Object reported hanging from train bridge turns out to be just a prank by Darren Finger.
Fanger. Weird. Okay. So it was just a trank? Golly, I almost said trank. That is ridiculous. I mean, there are missteps,
prank.
misspeaks, malfunctions, but almost saying trank because I tried to say prank in the trains episode. That's a new
You
bottom
invented
of
a
the
new
barrel.
term for train prank.
Oof, it is nasty.
Trains.
Okay, tell me about this prank.
Folks enjoying Christmas on the Pecos boat rides around 9 p.m. Saturday didn't have to go far to find out the time and temperature.
Oh.
Okay. Wait. What? I don't follow yet, mystery producer, and I got distracted. Brother Bink says, what did they hang off the train bridge?
Yeah.
I could have jumped on it when I jumped off. And Dark Fart says, I said good jerk earlier, mixing job and work together. Now that's a good one. Good jerk. I like that.
Trank.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Dark Farts. Let's hear more about this trank.
It was neatly written on the suicide note of a dummy hanging from the train bridge overhead.
Okay. So there's a dummy hanging off the train bridge to mimic a suicide, and on it was a suicide note that listed the time and temperature? Is that what this journalist is telling me? I'm confused.
Police responded to a call of a dark figure hanging from the bridge, according to Corporal Rick Bailey with the Carlsbad Police Department. Officers found a dummy. It was pretty full-sized, Bailey said. It even had shoes on it. They did a pretty good job. All it takes is a pair of shoes and you will really impress a cop these days.
Exactly. I agree, mystery producer.
It had pants.
I mean, it couldn't be a dummy. It couldn't just be, you know,
Exactly.
anything other than what it is representing itself to be. I saw shoes. Jeez. Come on.
The inanimate
He said the
object.
prank was likely the work of local youth, pointing out a calling card of sorts left on the dummy's person.
Okay. What is this? 2003, they said? Alright, so there's a calling card. What's this calling card besides something that apparently says the time and temperature?
It had Sophomores 2003 written on it, Bailey said.
Whoa.
You know what? I agree. It probably was the youth.
Same, mystery producer. I would say that that is a mystery that can be closed. Jake says the George Washington was a stern wheel boat.
Yeah.
Pepito, what's a stern wheel boat?
I wouldn't really know.
Oh,
We used to hang out
Okay.
by the president or the George Washington,
oh yeah,
like just to hang
of
out.
course. I've done some hanging out down there as well.
Skate.
I know the type of hanging out that goes on near the George Washington. But Baxter says so class of 2005. That's what I'm thinking. If it's sophomores 2003, that's got to be somebody in class 2005, which hey, don't take any offense. If I am wrong, just let me know. But Pepito, aren't you class of 2005?
Yeah, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
According to police policy, the dummy will be logged as found property and put
What?
into storage for a length of time before being disposed of properly. I wonder how they're gonna dispose of it.
Yeah,
Hang it off a train bridge?
good call, mystery producer. I guess that would be one way to dispose of it. How would you dispose of a dummy,
I'd use it.
fake suicide dummy?
I'd use it in a future episode of Caveman News.
Absolutely. You'd make it your autopilot and confuse the hell out of me. Brother Bink says that's when I was a senior. Soy Teresa was a freshman. Did she know them? Could be. Okay, so I was 2004, so it obviously wasn't me. And if I did hang a dummy and fake a suicide off the train bridge, I wouldn't say class of whatever. I'd probably name it from the band I was in high school because I had more allegiance to that then. Or maybe I would have put Caveman News on it because I was heavy into the Caveman News in that time. And I have since grown, and now I'm really into Caveman News at this point. Brother Bing says, Conda wouldn't walk on the train bridge, so you're absolved. Ouch, I would, though.
He would.
In fact, I might go do it later tonight.
I was
just to prove myself.
Thinking about it
What?
before we met up. I was like, dude, Conda's got way more guts than me. He does a lot of crazy shit.
Absolutely. I'm glad that that's the type of thing you think.
Remember Hell?
Um,
You wouldn't stop walking into it.
Yes, and I guess I should have a little disclaimer explanation because nobody knows what we're talking about. But Hell was a tunnel in Albuquerque by the house that Pepito and I lived at, the temple. And it was, what kind of tunnel was it?
Like a flood, irrigation, like
Yeah, like an
over
irrigation sewer
drain,
type.
sewage
thing.
drain.
Yeah, and
It rained a lot.
we used to muck about around there, and I remember walking way down there while you and Kirby stayed at the entrance, and I walked down until all of a sudden water started rushing out, and I had to like sprint to get out of there, and I think the water was almost up to my waist when I got done.
Does it start under San Mateo?
Yeah, it flew on. It flew. Golly, somebody just take away my microphone because I cannot speak tonight. It flowed underneath San Mateo, but I don't care about hell right now. I care about trains here in Carlsbad.
Bailey said calls about mock deaths or accidents are nothing new for Carlsbad's law enforcement. We truly are a town of Bugs Bunnies, ruled by a force of fuds.
Truly are. I must agree, mystery producer. Well said.
We get calls like this a couple of times a year, the corporal said. They'll get a hold of a mannequin or something like it and cover it with ketchup and food coloring.
What? I wouldn't do ketchup and food coloring. And especially not if I was doing a hanging. You're not going to get a lot of blood. But if I was trying to recreate and fool people with a bloody mess, it would not be ketchup and food coloring. At least to me. I'd find a more creative way to do things, but
Pig's
I
blood.
guess cops have no imagination. Mystery producer, can you hip us to another story?
October 1968.
Wow.
Retired couple builds model railroad.
How
Oh,
cool.
that's cool. I want to hear more about this. I think I might have a model train fascination that is brewing beneath me.
I just love
The
miniatures.
LaPierres have a magnificent model train layout which they have built to a great extent themselves.
Okay.
LaPierre, in searching for a haunted house he and his wife had designed and built, unpacked dozens of carefully constructed buildings, precisely scaled to 3.5 millimeter per foot.
Yeah, see, that sounds like the type of thing I could just lose my mind trying to make perfect, you know?
Yeah,
That's a real hobby. I could
people do.
if that's what I'm saying. I know they do. And I could be one of those people if it weren't for having caveman news to work on. Maybe that's the type of weird obsession I would get into.
All the trains and cars are used prior to 1918. You couldn't give me any of that modern stuff, says LaPierre.
I agree. I don't like the newfangled stuff. But what is it, 1918? He wants it to be prior to 1918? No,
I don't want a car past
real
2016.
What?
I don't want a car past the year 2016.
Okay. Hey, a man has to have a code.
The town includes an adobe church with stained glass windows, including a rose window, statues for the niches in the front wall, and a bell in the tower.
That's pretty sick. I wonder if the bell actually tolled.
A little red schoolhouse has bicycle racks. A horse sticks his nose out the window of the livery stable.
All right. Yeah, you got a little horse.
And a bright red barn converted into a stock theater is garishly decorated with posters and signs advertising the shows to be seen.
Nice. I love that. Okay. Question for Pepito. Putting Pepito on the spot again. What movie poster would you put in your model movie theater?
City of God.
City of God. I don't know if I've seen that one. Is it
What?
good? Should I see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never seen
Well, noted.
The two
Rocket.
work together on their hobby. LaPierre designs and builds the buildings, and Mrs. LaPierre paints them.
That's cool. That's teamwork, delegation of duties.
That's a couple.
Even the paint is in scale with the rest of the layout.
Whoa.
The pigment is ground very fine, and a layer of the paint, when dry, is the proper thickness in relation to the size of the building.
Now that's pretty cool. Pretty awesome, but I can't imagine.
Trains.
Out of this world.
I can't. Hang on. That's one of the only samples I have, so I had to hit that one.
Drops
But
of
I can't
mercury.
imagine that making much of a difference, except for to the person who knows that the paint is even to scale. That rules. Brother Bink says, I can't tell you how many times I've been told I'm proper proportion for the size of a building. Gosh, what romantic words to hear.
November 1892.
Okay.
For some time, as the train has passed through Phoenix on its southward trip, the passengers have been endangered by rocks thrown at the cars by person or persons unknown.
Alright, so we got a Phoenix story. Phoenix,
Wow.
as we all know, the town built to skirt local liquor laws, the town of outlaws, the town of vice right outside of Carlsbad, where all the gambling and drinking and, let's face it, prostitution and other illegal acts were taking place. I'm not surprised to hear that
It's some
it could
random
be
cops.
dangerous driving your train through such a city.
In at least one instance, slight injuries were sustained by a traveler, previous to last Saturday, when a fatality came near resulting.
Jeez. Phoenix, you're getting rowdy. Brother Bink says Phoenix is the tombstone of New Mexico. It really is. What's this near fatality?
Thus, Kay Hill, an employee at the Tansel farm, was in the smoking car, and having the window opened, was warned by companions when nearing Phoenix to look out for missiles.
Jeez. Wait. So, I'm just bucking up against that one real quick. They would. I don't know. I guess I had never thought of the word missiles as being used before missiles were. Well, I guess missiles had been invented, because when I think of missiles, I think of like stuff fired from airplanes and things like this, you know? Not just random projectiles, but this is pre what I would think of as missiles, but I mean the Chinese had their gunpowder and fireworks and things like this, so I suppose I'm just very wrong. Missiles have been around for ages.
Instead of
rockets.
obeying, he thrust his head out of the window.
I can relate to that. I would definitely be the guy smoking on the train at Phoenix and people saying, "No, get your head inside." And I'm like, "Ha, I ain't scared of that." Okay, Pepito's head is gone. Yes, we get it,
Okay.
dude. Very funny. Very funny.
And, at that instant, a rock thrown by the unknown miscreant struck his underlip, cutting through to the jaw and making an ugly wound. That's very judgmental.
That is. Don't judge the attractiveness of somebody's wound. But Jake here in the chat says first missile was made in 1938. And that's around the time of what I think of as a missile being invented. But again, this is Phoenix times, so this is 1890 whatever. Mystery producer, I apologize for forgetting, but this is much before the modern missile. Yeah, a miscreant.
The train backed to town, and the cut was dressed by Dr. K.B. Nisbet, requiring to be sewed.
Jeez, that is a good throw to whoever this miscreant is.
The authorities are keeping a sharp lookout for the author of these outrages, but so far, without success.
Who threw this?
Jeez. Yeah,
Was it
I
you?
wonder.
At the very time the rock was thrown that cut Mr. Hill, Sheriff Kemp
What?
and Constable Smith were at the spot, watching for the perpetrator, but were on the other side of the train from where the attack was made.
Ugh, it was.
I am having a lot of trouble believing Sheriff Kemp, the known murderer and also the botcher of executions. Let us not forget that the patron saint of Caveman News, James Barrett, when Kemp carried out his execution, Kemp had too long of a rope, so when James Barrett fell, his feet hit the ground and they had to run out with a bunch of shovels and dig a hole underneath James Barrett's feet. And so that's just one of the things to remember when thinking about Sheriff Dave Kemp. And the idea that he and his homie were just out hanging around out by the train tracks and somebody threw a rock, but it was somebody on the other side of the train tracks and not him. Come on, Kemp, I ain't believing you. I know you threw that rock. Kemp threw the rock. I mean, I would love to put him in the boo zoo, but yeah, he's right there. He's in
He's
the
like the
boo
top
zoo.
one.
He's on our yeah, he is in the he is in the boo zoo. And Jake says, how many sheriffs do you all think there was back then? There weren't that many. I mean, from what I have gleaned from my extensive researching.
Hey, Pepito,
Que paso?
I just wanted to tell you something.
Lay it on me.
Yeah, go for it, mystery producer. Tell both of us.
While researching for this episode, we found a story about the mayor of Loving seeing ghosts, or maybe
What?
a ghost, at the train tracks. And that seemed perfect for this, but we set that story aside because we told Kirby at one point, Kirby the technical expert for the show, we told him at one point that we were going to do an episode about loving. And also, maybe someday we should return and do another episode about ghosts. And
Yeah.
that story could fit in either, so stay tuned for the story about the mayor of Loving and her ghost sighting.
Wow. I've never heard that about the mayor of Loving and her ghost sighting. I knew she had seen an alien. And I'm not sure. I wonder if this is the same mayor of Loving who got
AJ's
arrested
grandma.
for shoplifting at Walmart, was it?
Yeah, a purse.
Or did I just... Yeah. I don't know. But I do think that we should have another Ghosts episode someday. Because the
Yes.
thing is, now we've officially done 86 episodes of this ludicrous show, and
It's amazing
I think
show.
we, in our early days, we were still finding our feet. And I think if we revisited some of our early topics like ghosts, I think we could do a much better ghosts episode now that we
Ghosts?
understand.
Cryptids,
Yes.
winged creatures,
Yes.
mayors that still.
Absolutely. I want to hear more about the Mayor of Loving. I am
October
just...
could be our spooky month.
Boom. See? Perfect. That is what's going to happen. We're going to have a spooky month for October. Wonderful. I love it. I love when we have our... Oh my gosh. Don't scare me, dude. I love when we have our themed months. And
El Paso.
maybe... Yeah, we did our El Paso month. I'm wondering how much I should say. But, you know what? We're all friends here. We're all the Caveman News family. So I will confess. Next week on Caveman News, we're going to be doing an episode about automobiles. Little spoiler because I usually don't announce that until right before the credits, but next week is automobiles. And the reason I needed to get that out is because, speaking of theme months, for the month of August, our episodes were planes, Jeopardy, trains, and automobiles. I've never seen the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but
I have.
I love John Candy.
Heartwarming.
So this was, and also like our 2 month that we had a couple of months back, where we did a bunch of things about the number 2 and sequels and stuff like that. That was another theme month. And spooky month is on the what is it? On the bracket, on the table, on the... I don't know what it's on. But I will say that it is time to close the show out. So, yeah, Brother Bink says the movie is incredible. You'll laugh and cry. And I probably will. I love John Candy. I was talking to Pepito. We were discussing... I was telling him I really want to do a month where we do planes, trains, and automobiles as our episodes that month, but there's one more week and we need to do something. And I was like, maybe a candy episode. So our August would look like planes, trains, automobiles, and then candy, just because John Candy was so sick. And I was
So freaking good.
absolutely so good. I was telling Pepito the other day that when John Candy died, I remember riding my bike in Missouri in the Mark Twain National Forest, and I saw a figure in the distance, and I was like, that's shaped like John Candy. Is that John Candy's ghost down there at the edge of the woods? And I don't think it actually was, but
one time I thought I saw Beachbound's ghost.
Who?
Beachbound, the girl that wrecked into us.
Oh yeah. One
Oh,
time Pepito and I were hit by a car, and was it a bumper sticker or a t-shirt that she had that said Beachbound? Yeah, okay, it was her t-shirt that said Beachbound. And then I made a drawing that said Beachbound no more, and then a picture of a spine with like exclamation points and hurt marks because that accident really did hurt my back.
It was a
Anyway,
doozy.
we need to close this thing out, Pepito. I mean, it is selfish of us to continue to waste people's time. So I will get right to it and say that the guest to invite this week, I extend an invitation to be on Caveman News to Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop, if you're out there, you are hereby invited on Caveman News. And our lyric of the week comes from... What?
Oh, my alarm went off. Sorry.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. I just wanted to know what was up. So the lyric this week comes from Pete Seeger, Talking Union Blues, and it goes, "Now you're underpaid and your boss says you ain't. He speeds up the work till you're about to faint. You may be down and out, but you ain't beaten. You can pass out a leaflet and call a meeting. Talk it over." Powerful words. I love that song. Love Pete Seeger and that song. I guess I don't know a ton of Pete Seeger, but it's a great
Take
song.
this job and shove it.
Is that Pete Seeger?
No.
Okay,
But it's
I was gonna say,
same kind.
I don't know Pete Seeger very well, but that seems very different from the Pete Seeger I know.
Yeah.
So, automobiles next week. Oh, yeah. And also, we're going to have the return of Destiny. Catch y'all later. Happy trails to you. Happy trails to you. Happy trails to you. Happy trails. Dapu. Dapu. Happy trails.
For the boss, on land, sea, and in the air, when you own train.
Feral econology.